Long Island's Best Artist at the Heckscher Museum 2017.
My name is Ho Jung Park. I go to Hapal Hills High School West, and I'm in 11th grade.
Your artwork is on display in a nationally renowned museum. What one word would you use to describe this experience?
I would use the word inspirational. So I think that being selected for this and seeing all the pieces in this museum and seeing how all these people were inspired by other works from the museum, it really inspires me to keep working harder, because there's so many people around me who also feel this emotional feeling when they create their artwork, and it's really inspirational to see other people working that hard, and it truly inspires me to work harder. So I think it's a cool experience, and it's really cool that it's in the museum.
What was your reaction when you first heard that your work was selected for Long Island's Best?
I was really excited because I worked really hard on this project, and the piece that I made it after really inspired me. I keep using the word inspiration and inspire, but that's because it was all such an inspirational process, and after seeing the work, I worked really hard on mine, so I was really, really excited that it was chosen.
What work of art on display in the museum was your inspiration?
The work of art was called Fallen Shadows by Asia Lee, and it was a two-dimensional piece. I think it was a picture or a drawing of a forest, and it looked very mystical. That was the piece.
And why did you choose this work?
I chose it because immediately when I saw it, I remember reading her description about the piece, and her wording was, I don't remember the exact wording, but it was something about how it was a mystical, enchanting image of the forest where it was almost one being. And that really, really got me, because I had this branch at home, this big tree branch, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I think that because of that piece that I saw, I was like, yeah, this is the meaning I want to show. I want to show the forest or the whole nature, wilderness, as one being. Even though there's multiple creatures inside, it's almost like one being, and it's living and breathing as one. And that's kind of what I tried to show in my piece, with the heart in the middle and all of the arteries going out. That's one being also, and I really wanted to also create that meaning.
Well, I have to say personally, I loved your statement, and you thought so deeply about it being one being and the heart within the tree. I just think it's a very beautiful, very beautiful imagery, and it really made me think, and it reminded me that the forest and the creatures, and we are all in one system. Mm-hmm. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So what medium or media did you use to create your artwork?
So I guess people would call it mixed media, but basically I used this real branch that I found I think it was on my lawn, but it was on the floor. Mm-hmm. It broke off, and then I used string, I used beads on it, and then the heart in the middle is a heart made out of ceramics that I've made. It's called raku, so it was over an open fire when I put the glaze on it, so there was a chemical reaction with the special glaze, and it came out so beautiful, and it was copper gold. That kind of went away, so I repainted it, but when it first came out, it was so beautiful. And then under the heart is a nest, and that nest was a real nest in the bushes in the winter, so there was no birds or anything living in it, but it was really there, and I cut it out and put it on my piece to show really just be raw and in nature, and I reshaped it, but yeah, it's cool.
Was there any reason you decided to go sculptural?
I usually focus on making sculptures, but I remember last year when I did this, I also took a two-dimensional painting and I made it into a three-dimensional piece. And I think that shows a strong meaning, where the original artist who made their piece were inspired by something else, and at this point she took a picture of something that was three-dimensional, real life, And she was inspired by that to make that. And then I was inspired her two-dimensional piece to make something three-dimensional. And I think it's a cool meaning how the whole thought goes through different processes.
Yes, and that goes to our next question about your process of making your piece, and what was that like for you, and did the finished product come out how you envisioned it initially?
So the process, it wasn't very long because I knew what I wanted to make. Mm-hmm. So I had the heart already done, and mm-hmm. I had the branch, but they were completely separate. I never thought of putting them together. But after seeing this picture and it giving me this feeling of what I should make it, and mm-hmm. it just came together. And I knew that I wanted to have that image that she gave, that Asia Lee gave, because she gave this. Right when I read her description, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's very enchanting and very, I don't know, it's very alive mm-hmm. with the shadows. So I wanted to show that image of it's alive. So it didn't take long because I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
And do you think it matched your original? Did you have a clear image when you started?
I guess I didn't have a full clear image. I just knew the idea that I wanted to capture and I wanted to give off, and I think it does give off that idea. So I'm glad with how it came out.
Would you consider participating again next year?
Definitely. I think it's a really cool process. It's a cool experience to be here and have my work displayed, and being inspired by other people is really cool too. Yeah. So I think I would definitely come back. And
have you gone to display your artwork in other art competitions other than Long Island's Best?
I have done other competitions where I entered my artwork, mm-hmm. but I think this would be the first time it's a real museum where they usually display artwork from the real world, from older artists, and so it's cool to have my high school piece here.
Well, I think personally that art does not have an age. It doesn't have ageism attached to it. Mm-hmm. I think you can make art at any age.
Yes.
Do you plan to pursue art or a related field in college?
I do. I definitely at least want to minor in art. Maybe I wouldn't major. Maybe I could go into something where I can incorporate my art, so maybe business, or if I wanted to do designing or advertising, that kind of thing, where I can incorporate my emotions to the designs I make or the art pieces I incorporate into it. So I think it would be fun if I could also do art as a minor, and then they can go hand in hand.